introduction to biochemistry, the main objective of this episode is to have an overview of what biochemistry is all about. Now, we can start by defining what we mean by biochemistry. Now, we can break down biochemistry into two parts so that we have bio and chemistry. When we say bio means life, and by life, we mean living organisms. Living organisms, we know, are made up of cells, which are the basic unit of life. By living organisms, we include both prokaryotic and the eukaryote. Both prokaryote and the eukaryote. Remember, prokaryotic cells are cells that lack a nucleus and membrane-bound organelles. On the other hand, when we talk about the eukaryote or the eukaryotic cells, these are cells having a membrane-bound organelles and nucleus. In other words, the eukaryote have a true nucleus. So we find that bio means life, and by life we mean living organisms. Now, what is chemistry? Chemistry relates to properties, composition, and the structure of element and compound. Chemistry relates to properties, composition, and structure of element and the compound. So therefore, we can simply say that biochemistry is the chemistry of life. Or we can put it in this way: biochemistry is the science concerned with chemical basis of life. Right? We want to study the chemical basis of life. In much simpler terms, we can still describe biochemistry as the science concerned with the chemical constituent of living cells and with the reactions and the processes they undergo. It is concerned with the chemical constituent of living cells, so we want to study the main ingredient and or constituent of cells. And we want to describe and discuss the reactions and the processes they undergo. In much simpler terms, or in other words, we can still say in biochemistry, we seek to explain life at molecular level. We seek to explain life at molecular level. This is actually the major objective of biochemistry is simply the complete understanding at molecular level of all of the chemical processes associated with the living cells. And now here's the question: how are we going to achieve this objective of complete understanding at molecular level of all of the chemical processes associated with living cells? How are we going to achieve this objective? We will isolate numerous molecules found in cells, determine their structures, and analyze how they function. This is how we're going to achieve this objective in biochemistry. We're going to isolate different molecules found in cells, because obviously there are different molecules, different organelles that are found in cells. So we isolate them one by one, and we determine their structures and analyze how they function. All right, so remember, in biochemistry, we want to study life at chemical level, at molecular level, what is found inside the cells. Remember that the cells are made up of molecules. Cells are made up of molecules, and in biochemistry, that's what we want to labor, to understand and study. The molecules found in cells. The molecules that makes up the cell includes the following. Number one, they are what we call the biomolecules. Good examples of biomolecules include the proteins. Number one, proteins, which are built from amino acids, and the proteins perform a vast array of functions, such as forming enzymes, providing structural support, and many other functions. Biomolecules include proteins, number one. Number two, lipids, which include fat, phospholipid, which form the cell membrane or the plasma membrane. It also includes steroids, which are crucial for plasma membrane and energy storage, lipid. Number three of the biomolecules is carbohydrate, which are made from sugar subunit. And we know carbohydrate provides energy and structural support as well. The number four of the biomolecules are what we call nucleic acid, which are DNA and RNA, which stores and transmit genetic information. And these ones, they are built from the nucleotide monomers. So these are good examples of biomolecules: the proteins, the lipid, carbohydrate, and nucleic acid. Now, apart from that, cells are made up of biomolecules, number one. Number two, cells are made up of water. And water is the most abundant molecule in cells. In cells, you find the cytoplasm, which is purely water. It is essential for cellular processes and acts as a solvent for many of the other molecules. Apart from the biomolecules and the water, our cells are also made up of ions or inorganic ions, right? Are made up of inorganic ions like sodium, potassium, calcium, chloride, which are vital for various cellular functions.